Okay, a little bit of a disclaimer here. This podcast is not the typical Marvel DC about like what's your favorite hero, this type of stuff. I love heroes, don't get me wrong, but I pose a question. Do they deserve to be called heroes? At the end of this podcast, you might see your idols in a different light, and that's okay. So let's get into this. Hero, a person who is admired or idolized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Everyone has their faults, even our fictional heroes. But what is the fine line between a hero and a villain? Can our heroes genuinely be bad people? Is it okay for them to get away with things like drug abuse, rape, and killing people because of the simple fact that they are heroes? Should children look up to them? Join me and let's ponder the question what being a hero really means. Iron Man. The most despicable thing Tony Stark has ever done was being an arms dealer. In the movies, Tony Stark made a living off selling these weapons all over the world, ultimately killing people. After being kidnapped in the mines, he stopped selling the guns altogether. But in the comics, it was a little bit different. He continued to sell the weapons. That means that even redeemed Tony Stark is still a man who profited from the deaths of others. That's a lot of blood on his hands. He also helped contribute to Civil War, both in the movies and the comics, that ended in the Avengers separated. Trusting the government with intimate knowledge of his heroes' loved ones, jobs, identity was a terrible idea from the start, and it never got better. Tony Stark fought with other heroes and threw them in jail without proper precaution. And his substance addiction didn't help. His alcohol addiction led him to a horrific period of time in which he destroyed his business, went completely bankrupt, and annihilated his friends and family. Batman. Despite being Gotham's symbol of hope, there have been times where the Dark Knight has been significantly less heroic. Batman is a huge role model for kids, but there is times where his methods were a little bit questionable. While he's associated with never picking up a gun and never killing anyone, Batman once hanged a man from a batwing for a warm-blooded animal that was kind of cold death. Talk about setting up good role models. Batman is a man who dresses up as a huge bat at night beating up criminals. But I guess he can't tell the difference between a criminal and an innocent woman because he beat up his fiancée once and more than once. Batman doesn't trust anyone and clearly doesn't comprehend the idea of teamwork because Batman has abused his trust in his teammates and in the Justice League time and time again. He has filed an anyone, and just in case they go rogue and kill him, he has put the virus in cyborg systems since the day they have met. Talk about trust issues. Just the concept of Robin is cruel. He takes bloodthirsty parentless child, and teaches them special knowledge in stealth and combat, but bestowing the knowledge on that child, much less the succession of them, is a horrible idea. After Robin dies, Batman gets another replacement. For example, Jason Todd. In Arkham Knight, Jason Todd was kidnapped by Joker and tortured for about a year, warping his mind and making him believe that Batman just simply didn't care about him, abandoned him, and quickly replaced him with Tim Drake. Honestly, Joker didn't get it that wrong. If Batman really cared about these kids in their mental state, he would have paid for therapy and schooling rather than putting them in harm's way. Last of all, Batman might have been his greatest mistake. Batman might have been the greatest hero of all time, but he killed one person most effectively, Bruce Wayne. The worst thing Batman has ever done is to himself, was robbing himself of any potential joy in his life by choosing to delve in his grief rather than overcome it. In the recent years, there's been a lot of controversy with famous people and statues of historical figures that have become over the question. What if I took a similar lens and to think about the most of the famous Marvel and DC superheroes? Well, the concept of hero evolved over time. The idea of a hero still means someone who embodies virtues and values that they admire and respect by society. They become our heroes for modeling values in our society that wouldn't have been recognized them as heroes at all. Now, I cannot compare our heroes with elegance like Rosa Parks, Emmeline Pankhurst, or Martin Luther King Jr., but I can write their horrible wrongs in words. This means more than words. All I know is that these fictional heroes shaped who I am. They're part of me and I idolize them forever. They offer escapism and a sense of hope. Many people enjoy the idea of a hero who is able to overcome seemingly impossible challenges and save the day. And the fantasy of having special powers and abilities can be appealing. However, the longer these heroes remain heroes, the more likely they are to make mistakes. Okay, pretty big mistakes in that case. But Iron Man and Batman lost their parents, lost their childhood, and the shaped who they were. Yes, I know they're fictional, but fictional heroes can be embodiments of real-life people. Our faults, our trauma, their mistakes, in the end, they have consequences, and that should be what matters the most. But the whole world is on the shoulders, and I know everyone can relate to that. So I'll leave you to determine what a hero it is.